or from Estonian to Icelandic, something really obscure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, if if Iceland is gonna join the European Union, everything has to be translated into Icelandic. And imagine, or even if Croatia or Macedonia joins the European Union, and you have learned Estonian or Icelandic or Croatian or Macedonian before, um, you have the advantage. I mean, you may be called up to work for the European Parliament to just to translate all day, you know.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. That would
So
be cool. That would be cool, by the way. Working like, in Poland or in Russia, and just working with languages or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure. That
making making the or trans uh, transforming your obsession into your job,
Yeah, exactly. From
yeah,
like our like our dear friend Robert, also known as Sprachbegeistert,
yes,
yep,
who is he is translating or doing the
yeah.
interpreting.
Interpreting.
yeah,
Yep.
interpreting thing in 5 languages. I mean, and he loves it. What can you ask for
Yeah.
more?
Well, yes. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's another. That's a very good reason. I mean, it shouldn't be the only reason, money wise. Uh, but there are a lot of reasons. Just people do things just because too. They just happen to like languages, and you know, if you do something you like, then that's a benefit in itself. So to learn.
You know what else is a benefit of learning languages?
Tell me.
People get the idea that you're intelligent or whatever.
Well, that that's
Let
true.
me give you
That's true.
an example. Like, I have this bookshelf, and when friends or someone else I invite to my home or whatever, and then they're looking at my books, the bookshelf, all of them, it's like I got Polish books, got some Russian books, Romanian books, whatever, and they're always looking like, what are all these books? It is like, oh, and I'm just like reacting like it's the normal thing in the earth, like in the world. It's like, oh yeah, that's some Polish books. That's the Romanian. Oh, that's that Russian book. And they're like,
They're
what
like
the hell?
what?
Exactly. So that's and I like the idea of having like this bookshelf and having an entire section all in Polish, all Polish books, Romanian books, Chinese, whatever the language it might be. It gives more. It has a certain chic factor, if I would call it that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's a very personal benefit, but I really I think for me, because I'm very interested in history, and I would really like having books of Polish history in Polish, or same goes for all the other languages. That's
Yeah.
also a big benefit. You get access to the culture and the literature and movies. I think you already mentioned that, Sam.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm always a little bit upset when I read, or I mean, I don't read it. For example, if I see a Hebrew text or a Chinese text, it's just those signs are just like little pictures for me. They don't have any meaning for me, and I'm getting angry then because I don't understand. I feel like an alphabet. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's just like hitting a wall with my head. I can't get through it. And
Mm-hmm.
if
Yeah.
if I learn if I start a language and just understand one word, I'm so happy, and I'm even
Yeah.
more happy if I can use it because I understood something. Yes, I can
Yeah.
say something they understand.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I mean,
So
about
yeah.
the cultural thing, reading. It's not the same if you read something translated, of course. Like Sprach begeistert said. Uh, like it's like filtered when you have a translated thing, which it could be helpful if you're learning a language. like I'm reading a book that was originally in English and then translated into German. Uh, it is watered down a little, so it makes it a little bit easier. But it's not the same if you read it in the language it was meant to be in, like the Norse sagas. The old Norse
Yeah.
sagas.
Yeah.
It's really different when you read it in the original, and I can understand a little bit, and it's really cool. So that cultural aspect uh, to reading history and stuff in that language is better. I think.
Yeah, because just like in the movies, you can't beat the original.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. I
Yep.
think you can compare it with listening to music, like to a live concert, or listening to music on MP3, because you lose all those small little details. For
Right.
example, um, when I was writing tests in Latin, I had to um, we got a Latin poem, and then two or three versions of it, like translated versions, and we had to point out the differences, because any translator was translating it a little bit different from the other one,
Yeah.
or from the original itself. So
Yeah.
um, I mean, yeah, it's definitely filtered information, because when you know a language and you know three or five meanings of one word, you can always this it makes reading or understanding, it makes more fun, or it makes it more exciting if you know the language, because
Right. Right. It's not so strict if you translate it.
yeah,
You know.
it's not just blue, but it is light blue, or it can be dark blue, or it can be turquoise, turquoise, turquoise. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Okay.
it gets more detailed, I think.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. I was looking through a bookshelf of the of Homer's books, in ancient Greek, and
Yeah.
I was looking at all these versions of the Odyssey and and all those books, and every book, it's like you said, a little different, and so you just have to choose your translation. But if you actually know ancient Greek, then you can read it, and then you can form your own translation in your own head and see which meaning the author wanted you to have, the nuances of the book.
Yeah.
Stuff. So yeah, the translation lacks a lot of the nuances that would be in the original.
Always.
Hmm.
It does
Yeah.
it. It always lacks.
It lacks.
I mean, it's like a copy of, like, on the paper. You don't get gray and dark gray and light gray.
Just
You just
black and white.
yeah, only
Well,
black and white.
yep, that
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Is there any other aspect we could talk about at this moment, or is it everything used?
Well, how do you feel about like films and stuff that are dubbed over? Like, is it better to dub over, or is it better to have the subtitles, or both, or what? So, what do you guys think about that? That's one of the benefits of knowing a language is you can watch films and stuff. So, uh,
In the original language?
yeah, but how do you feel about the dubbing over films too? I don't know. That just popped in my head. So, something interesting.
Well, Bart,
Um,
what do you think?
well, I prefer the original, of course. Especially lately, I've been watching a lot of Chinese movies,
Uh-huh.
and I always watch them with subtitles. But
Right.
the thing is, I can't imagine there's this Chinese war movie, and I cannot imagine. And they're Chinese, they're shooting, they're shouting commands and whatever. I cannot imagine some sort of American guy dubbing over a Chinese soldier screaming and shouting and everything. I just can't imagine that because it sounds so fake. It's like
Yeah.
or in kung fu movies as well. There's you
Mhm.
have the protagonist who is all going, he's having some sort of dramatic monologue, like I don't know, before some sort of epic showdown, and then some sort of Westerner is dubbing it over and sounds so lame, like you disgraced my family. Now I will avenge it with my tiger fist. I just can't stand that. So I just prefer at least subtitles, but the best thing would be without it, of course.
Yeah, yeah. I think some of them they're very funny. Like I just watched Drunken Master and stuff a few days ago, German, dubbed over in German, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is funny, but I don't know.
It could be great, for humor. Dubbing over could be hilarious. So.
I think your bird says we have to quit it.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Well, he thinks we're annoying as hell.
Yeah.
I think well I usually watch movies like in the past, I don't know, few months. I've been watching or trying to watch movies in the original language, but always subtitled, because there are always some words that I never heard of or don't understand, because they're they're swollen something.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
So, but I think like German synchronization is has gone very far. I mean, if if they have, or if they would have a dramatical text or gesture or something in the original, they're trying the best to imitate it while using German. But I agree, it's never the same as it would be um, if you would be watching the movie in the original language. But you always have to understand, because I mean, not everyone understands Chinese or the Kazakh language, Kazakh,
Yeah.
or I don't know. If a movie is from somewhere on the earth you never heard of, and the language, like, ooh, what? Yeah, you're
called ooh, what?
you're forced to watch it in your own language, and even if it's obviously unnatural, like, yeah, what
Yeah,
the hell?
that's true, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't understand every language. I mean, some people say they can, but yeah, you can't. That's what I'm saying.
I see what you did there, my friend.
Yes. Anyway.
That was pretty funny.
Anyway, yeah, that's my 2 cents.
So, what's next?
2 cents, Norse?
2 cents. That's all I got, man.
Could you give me perhaps one or something, a little cut of the action? I mean, that's the benefit, right? Wink.
But wait, 2 cents? I mean, 2 cents? Are you crazy?
Yeah. Am I crazy? No, I'm just.
You can perhaps buy books with it on eBay, the German eBay.
Yes.
Link down below, guys. Check it out. But don't buy it.
Don't buy it. Don't bid.
Oh.
I think that's the message of today's episode. Don't bid on Sam's
Books.
Yeah.
Sam's books.
It's not Christmas today,
Yeah, exactly.
Right. My bird's back. He's saying, "Shut the hell up." Yeah, that's what he's saying, or she's saying, really.
I think that is a good time to conclude this video.
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys, I think we're running out of material, so I will shut the conversation at this point. I hope you enjoyed, and maybe you will sub or make friends with us, so you won't miss any of the next episodes. Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll be back.
Bye, guys.
Right, guys.